AOSK Formation Department has played an integral role in forming formators who are very competent in the field of formation. Since the year 2020, the department has empowered more than 3,729 sisters. The department does not only empower Catholic sisters but also religious brothers and priests who benefit from this program as indirect beneficiaries.
I work in Chemchemi ya Uzima Institute, which is a center for formation. And in this institution, I am the head of department of formation, and I'm also in charge of organizing activities for ongoing formation programs, as well as preparing young temporary professed for their final vows. And in this program, we have had activities where we have trained sisters as formators. We have also some who have been trained and they still continuing going on. And these are the training of trainers. And these TOTs, some of them are students in choir, others are taking counseling in Chemchemi, the psycho-spiritual program, and others have been going through training of formators through the formation program. We've also had capacity building for different sisters in their different categories. We have had capacity building for community animators. We have had capacity building for different leaders, for sisters, those who are above 35 in their midlife transition, those who are aging gracefully. We have also had opportunity to take them through. Our young sisters, the temporary professed sisters, have also received some inputs to help them continue working together and rejuvenating themselves.
At the end of the year 2022, the AOSK Chemchemi ya Uzima Formators Department organized a visit to 3 formation houses in Nakuru, Mombasa, and Nairobi with the aim of finding out the extent to which the goals and the objectives of the training given to the formators are being realized in the ministry in acknowledgement of the impact of formation training. Before the formators were trained, they used to do lots of things that they later came to realize were wrong after they received the training. The formators give a testimony on how it was before and how it is now after they have been empowered.
I can say that the training really helped me in matters of emotions and how to deal with different personalities. I am able to cope up with some personalities, and I've been able to accompany the young ones, not the way I used to do before, but understanding them in a better way.
Before I could attend to these courses, I was just guiding my sisters, animating them to the best of my knowledge. And as a human being with all our limitations, we found most of the times I was not giving them satisfactory attention. But after this course, I realized that I had to approach individual and a situation one after the other. I wouldn't be happy to see the conflicts which were coming just because of clustering issues. But the moment I started to attend to every sister, according to their level, according to their capacity, according to their personality, I realized that every sister felt free, every sister felt cared for, every sister felt belonging in the community. And today I enjoy being with them, for they are totally different. They have learned to keep calm and to keep cool.
A visit was also made to the Camilan fathers, who are some of the indirect beneficiaries of the AOSK Formation Department. Father Frederick Mukabana gives a testimony on how the training that he received at Chemchemi ya Uzima Institute has been key in his journey as a formator.
First and foremost, I am an indirect beneficiary of AOSK, especially through the program of formation of formators that I undertook myself at Chemchemi ya Uzima. And from that year, 2016 until now, I have continued to benefit, especially through the empowerment that I received as a formator. And now I am journeying with the students' formation and I can see there has been a very good rapport within me and the AOSK through the empowerment they have granted to me as a formatter. The first benefit I got is how to organize a program of formation, because I realized before I was trained there was no clear program, especially in the different stages of formation. For example, by the time I trained there, I was in charge of postulants, and so I was able to be helped in order to come up with a program of formation, not only for postulants stage, but all the stages of in our congregation, starting with aspirancy, postulancy, novitiate, and then the scholasticate. So this is one of the benefits. The first one I received so much that helped me to come up with the program of formation.
There are a lot of challenges that formators undergo while journeying with the formees. Some of those challenges were highlighted.
The challenges so far, I can say it is all about the cultural aspect. That is, I can say the way the person is being brought up matters a lot. So parental care must be the key things that should be looked at. How are our parents bringing up these young ones? They are not ready to share out. That is, they are dishonest in responding to the call. And also I can say social media, it is affecting so much the young ones. And especially you get most of the time they are using their media. Then when they come to the congregation, just engaging to them to other activities, it becomes a fairly hard situation because you have to push them.
But I realized that the current students or the current formees, there is the way they look at things that may be different from how the formators look at things given the time, the gap that we have in matters of maybe experience and age.
Another challenge is all about honesty. You deal with the present situation or the present generation, you find that honesty is no longer there. People can do mistakes, people can even do worst things, but nobody is ready to say the truth until you catch the person or you get the person red-handed that you are the one who has done it.
Apart from assessment activities with the alumni formators, their formees were given a seminar on discovering and healing their inner child for effective formative accompaniment.
Today I chose to share with you something which is on discovering the inner child inside the house for effective accompaniment. You go for accompaniment.
From what came out of the feedback discussions, the importance of continuous conversation with the inner child was realized. A good number of participants expressed the importance of self-awareness as a tool to avoid projection.
I've learned different ways of handling myself, handling my emotions, my feelings, and I've learned first thing how to be aware of myself, and I've learned also how to pray, how to make my prayer life effective, and how to relate with those people I meet, those I don't know and those that I know very well, and very many other things that I have learned.
Formees themselves have shown satisfaction on how their formators train and form them.
My journey in formation has been very great, and more so with journeying with Father Fred for quite a number of years. And I think I can say I'm one of the students who have really benefited a lot from this training as a formator. And this training has really impacted me a lot in my journey of formation. And first, we realize that when a formator or a person who is trained is able to know how to handle for me, a student like me in particular. Give an example with my formator, Father Fred. I think he has been he's a good formator, he's a good person in matters of pertaining formation, and he has been very, very close to his students, and he is an understanding person, and he is always available.
Sister Caroline Jerry explained on some of the lessons learned while at Chemchemi Uzima Institute and how the lessons are helping her to cope up with the outside world.
Having stayed there, I was able to internalize and perfect more about one thing about self-awareness, because when I get aware of myself, I'm able also to understand myself and also able to understand others as I'm living with them in the community.
What does it take for one to enroll as a formator at Chemchemi Uzima Institute?
If one wants to become a formator, first, you must be sent by your community. Why? Because you are not going to be a formator outside there. You are going to be a formator within your congregation. So you must have, first of all, a letter from your community or your congregation. You can be a priest, you can be a sister, you can be a brother, because we form all. The formation is the same. Then at least you should have a C or above if you are from Kenya. Or if you don't have a C, at least maybe you have done a course prior to this, and the basics we take is maybe you have done theology, maybe you have done teaching, you have done a spirituality course. Why? Because the things you're coming to learn demand sometimes hard work. It demands you to produce a journal, or even you have to write a project that is based on your community. So it means you really need to have them some basics, not just coming without any basics. So it is important that when you come, you have the qualification that a C and above, and any other course that you have done to help you be able to understand the concepts of the formation. Those also coming from outside Kenya, it means they have the minimum qualification of entering into a university. And they have also, if they don't have, then they should have also done a course on theology or spirituality.
All this could not have been possible without the help of the Conrad Hilton Foundation. AOSK, together with the Formation Department beneficiaries, therefore takes this chance to give a big thank you to the Conrad Hilton Foundation for their continued support. Together, we are making a difference.
I wish to say a big thank you to Conrad Hilton Foundation for their sacrifice. It is all about love. They love us so much, so they felt they could support us so that we may attain that fullness of life which we have been called to, and continue bringing forth life through our mission and presence in the society.
I would wish first of all to congratulate them for empowering us who are in the field, who have passed through formation houses, through Chemchemi Uzima, who have formed us, and not to give up, to keep up the spirit of sponsoring Chemchemi Uzima in a very special way, for many to be catechized, for many to be educated, for many to be informed, to be updated, so that we are at par with the society of today, we are at par with the generation of today.
I'm very grateful to Conrad Hilton Foundation for helping me to be a person whom I am today. After working on myself, I'm happy that I'm a person different from the Eunice who was before.
I appreciate Conrad Hilton Foundation for what they have done to AOSK through a Quaker. Without this funding, I'm sure many sisters will not have benefited. We have been able to reach many young sisters, middle life sisters, superiors, people in different categories, and more so training of formators and giving them capacity building. So thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Yes.